Oh, are we going to test it? How do we know if they can hear us?
I don't know. Is your mic on?
Oh, I know how. Yeah, my mic's on. I think it's on. I'm gonna pull it up on Facebook. Love me now or I'll go. We'll give people a little second to get in here anyways. Or you can try. Come on. Or, oh.
Okay. A little bit of a delay, but
you can, right? I can now on my thing.
okay.
Period.
You can hear you?
I can hear me on here.
I can't hear me on mine.
Maybe because you're not plugged in correctly for me. The boob cup.
Boobs.
The boob cup. All right, let's give them a little second to pop on in. Can you guys hear us? Can we get like a thumbs up if you can hear us? Because I don't know if you can or not. You can't hear from your thing? Oh, because it's plugged in.
I can hear. I don't know if it's catching this microphone. Now, if you
Felicia, can you hear us? Yay, nay, thumbs up, heart, something, thumbs down. You can't.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Well, it's probably because I'm sitting here. And maybe
But I can't tell if it's coming from there.
I know. Weird. So we just have to wait and see if. I don't know what is that a thumbs up? Oh yeah, we can hear. I don't know. Is that a thumbs up? Oh yeah. It's a little off. It's a little off, right?
I was catching off of that microphone.
What microphone? Oh, now we can hear. It's one of us. It's like feedback.
I turned this one off.
Oh, then we'll put that in the middle then. Can y'all hear us? Look, we just tried. Okay, we tried out some things. I don't know which one is the loud one or not. Which one's the volume? That one. Which one's the volume? We should have practiced this one. Okay. Let me turn this off. That's probably what it is. Mute. There we go. Can y'all hear us now? Let me put my earphones on. Maybe I can hear a little bit better. I can hear better like that. Can you hear me better like that?
Yeah, I can hear them.
Listen, we can now hear Wes. Turn down your live video. Okay. Is it better now? Because I turned everything off. Turn everything off. Hopefully it's better now.
I think it sounds better.
I'm gonna share this. Can Zuri, can you share this in our group, please? Zuri. Are you excited? I really want to take this off because I don't want to hear myself. It's weird. Can you hear yourself?
A little bit.
That's weird.
It's it's like a little bit of a delay, but
a little bit of a delay. Okay, so welcome to SensualiTea. My name is Lyric, and this is the first episode. Just to give you a little bit of information about what I'm trying to do. Past 2 years ago, really loved, and then I stepped out of it because of whatever reason. I started my own brand. So I decided to start back so that I could be more of an educational type of person, because I feel like I've been more into like the parties and all of that good stuff, and I'm just not feeling it right now. So I decided to start Sensuality so that we can have a discussion about different topics. So today, most is Westerfield. I don't really know how to describe Westerfield other than the fact that Westerfield knows everything. I feel like you know everything. Like there's nothing I've ever asked you that you don't know.
I like the research.
Yes, you know everything. So before we get started, I'm going to talk about the tea that we're drinking. I have tea. Where's your tea? Cheers. So the tea that we're drinking is Beyond the Shade and Sis Got Tea collaboration.
Very good.
It is actually called BT. It's in the info at the top. SM ginger, so it has rose oil. So the ginger is going to help with your libido. It's also going to help with arousal. So don't get too excited there, Wes.
So it's an aphrodisiac.
It's an aphrodisiac. And then the rose in it actually helps with like erectile dysfunction. Not saying that you have erectile, just saying.
We're young and spirited over here.
Young and spirited, but it helps with erectile. It helps with being orgasms. So I'm gonna take a sip.
It is good tea. We flavored ours with a little
really
hint of lemon, sugar.
I didn't even take the little thing off here. Okay, can we see the people talking to us? Hi. Now, today's topic is about dating. Can I ask you, are you single?
We jump right in. Wes, I guess I'm single.
Okay. Wes is single for all the single ladies. Okay, so I want to first know what your idea of dating is. What is it?
My idea, dating really is a time when you're getting to know someone. You're getting to build a level of comfort, trust, learn people's communication styles, the early introduction to their values.
I like that. So you're literally going. Dating to me is like going to a nice place and fucking having fun.
Like a
dating
process, that whole experience, like that would be an experience while you're dating someone.
So you're saying like the whole time frame from the time you meet somebody to the time you're dating phase.
That's the dating phase. That's like the interview phase. It's like you're applying for a job, or
I don't want to think of it like that, because like what if you like interview phase? No, I don't agree with that.
It's not like a written test, but it's just I'm new to you, you're new to me, we're both new to everything. It's just fresh.
But I also feel like when you're dating someone that represents, you're not really getting person when you first start dating them. I feel like you don't get the full person for about 6 months.
That's why there's a lot of interviews. Plus, we're looking at it like, or I'm looking at it from an extended period of time, you know. So it could be 3-4 dates. It could, you know, if you really like someone, there probably it's going to be more dates.
I feel
like doing your due diligence at that point, you're like, okay, this person. They're not flags, so I'm sure that I am truly being astute about what I'm feeling. Let's go and do this dating thing a little bit longer.
Facts. So the actual definition is a social or romantic appointment or engagement. It literally says appointment.
I feel like Hallmark got a hold of the dictionary.
No appointment. Like, I want to think of that. So, like your dating experiences how's your dating experience evolved? Can we ask your age?
35.
You're 35.
Yeah.
I'm 37. So, has your dating changed from when you were in the adult years?
Yeah.
What's the difference, would you say?
Well, back in high school, teenage years, early 20s. You're dating.
Okay, that is going in and out. What's going in and out? Our microphone? Take my mic. Look,
Yeah, let's pull the splitter and
let's
just use the one mic.
So pull this one.
Yeah.
Ask, is it better?
They won't hear it at all at this point.
Why? Mine is still in there, right?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So this one. Okay, I see. I see. Now? Is that better?
Is that
Okay. Okay, so how's your dating changed from the time when you were a youngster to now? Let me see if we can hear. Can y'all hear us better now? Yay, good. They said good.
cool?
Okay, so how's it changed?
Well, I think early dating is very standardized. So when you're just learning, I guess, the idea of what dating really is, it's let's go to the movies, let's get food. It's pretty standard two things, right? Neither one of them.
Putt-putt. I used to go to putt-putt when I was in high school.
Putt-putt?
Into the fair. Like, I feel like dating in high school and college is like actual dating. I feel like when you get older, you rarely go on dates, or people rarely ask you on dates, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe that's different. Let's ask the people out there. Do y'all feel like y'all dated more in high school or like as an adult? Because I feel like as an adult, like, it's like Netflix and chill.
Nah, I don't know. I think as an adult, it's more, I've learned a lot about dating, so now it's about creating experiences.
Well, who do you date? Because creating experiences with. Oh, wow.
No, I'm just saying, like, if it's, there's like definitely layers and there's types of experiences. Like, you can have a whole date at the grocery store.
No, man. No, sir. No, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
What do you mean have a date at the grocery store? No, not. What do you mean, like, if you're in a relationship, a date to the grocery store?
How would you feel if a dude was like, hey.
A dude?
A dude.
Thank you.
We drink that.
She loves the most. Thank a dude. Sips tea, okay?
Okay.
Good.
A significant other or someone you're attracted to is like, hey,
Got it.
meet me at the grocery store. Let's grab a couple items. We'll pick the menu together while we're there. We'll go back to X destination and we'll cook. That's an experience.
That is an experience. I give you that. But I was thinking you was like, let's go pick up a pizza from the grocery store. Yeah, I give you that. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just a lesbian thing. Because in the lesbian community, I feel like a lot of lesbians don't go on dates.
Why?
I don't know. They just ready to get to it. Because I feel like we move in the dog years.
So you feel like you're...
Cassie said that's a date.
That's a date.
That's a date.
Yeah.
I feel like we move in dog years. So I feel like we meet a potential partner, and then we talk on the phone, and then we just hang out, and then we together.
Yeah, there's no like, hey, we're together. It's just like we've been chilling long enough.
No, yeah.
We just kind of merge into...
We merge into one person. It's fucking weird. But I try to do the self-dating for myself to try to attract the right
How was
person.
the self-dating?
The self-dating was good, but I did not finish. And I feel so bad because I did not finish. I missed, I think I was on like 4 more dates. But I met somebody like amazing, okay? I'm sorry. I dropped the ball, you guys. But I still self-date. I found the ball, but I still self-date because I still take myself out and I still give my time. And that's what I learned through that experience was that I'm okay with being with myself and I don't have to date another person all the time and have to be with that other person all the time. I like having me time now, which I never did before.
Let me ask you this question then. While you were on these self-dates, were you having experiences that you were like, wait, I would love to do this with another person? So it's almost like you're just...
No.
Or this is all you?
It was all me. So like the dates that I went on, I didn't have to think about what another person would like or what they would want to do. I literally just picked the places and the things that I wanted to do.
Okay.
All the time. So it felt better for me because it was like, this is legit for me. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go here with somebody else next week. Like, no.
Okay.
It was all about me.
But I'm
That's
sure you
what
have
I
a nice list of qualified experiences that you can
Qualified
introduce your partner to.
Felicia said self-dating is never ending. It's not ever ending. And I told when I got into this new relationship, I was like, I'm not gonna stop self-dating.
No.
Have you ever self-dated?
Yeah, I take myself out to eat. I go to the
Oh,
movie
you
theater.
do?
Yeah.
You go by yourself?
By myself.
You go to the movies by yourself?
Yeah.
Now, okay, so that's one thing that I was just kind of like,
But I don't know if I consider it self-dating. It's just time to oneself. To hear your own thoughts, experience, and then reflect to yourself. You can't really, if you engage with the world too much and don't have that like reflection time, you just start to mirror the world too much.
Yeah.
And you want to project your essence.
So come on, project your essence. Come on, project your essence. Okay, so let's talk about the different types of dating. So we got like online dating versus in-person dating.
Okay.
Do you feel like it's easier in 2022 to find somebody online, or is it easier to find somebody in person?
I think it's easier to meet people within. We gotta like really caveat this.
Okay.
Because when you're meeting people online, I feel like you're meeting people within your range.
What do you mean?
Okay, that's why this is very nuanced.
Scoot this over so we can see what they say.
Okay.
Let's see. Lakeisha said, I self-date. I get five. I took myself out. That's right. Yes, Felicia's getting deep. It's getting a little deep. Now, you said that you're finding people within what? Like your network?
Your network. I feel like if you're a 5, you got no business shooting for a 10 in someone's DMs, right?
What? Wait,
let me break this down.
Okay, break it down.
But
break it down.
The internet is it's made where people don't get to express nor really show their true attributes. But in person, it's easier to for someone to see your charisma, your personality, your smile, how you engage in the space, right? It's way more difficult to do that online. Like, I'm terrible with online dating. I just can't. I haven't mastered it. But in person, it's easy for me to meet people if I choose to.
Okay, so you're saying you think it's easier in person. I think it's easier online.
Well,
I'm going to tell you why. Because you have all these dating apps. Number one.
Just
you
because
got
there's more selection doesn't necessarily equate to better quality. There's just more selection.
Cassie said, here we go. But I feel like online is easier. Whoops, sorry guys. I feel like online is easier only because like you can, I don't want to say stalk a person, but you can kind of see what type of person a person is, even though it's what they want to put out. Like like when we go on somebody's Facebook, you're seeing the highlight reel of their whole life, right?
Yeah.
But then if you go on their Facebook and then click on their Instagram, then you can kind of get a feel for what type of person they are. Then if they post videos or whatever, you can kind of see like if you're more likely to match. Whereas if you meet somebody in person, it's like you just never know. Like for me, I don't like to approach people in person. No,
but people approach you, so it's different.
They don't approach me. They don't approach me. They don't. Men do at the gas station. But that's about it. Shout
out to the dude shooting they shot at the gas station.
What's Felicia saying? Everyone's not genuine and consistent. I agree with that. Like everyone's not genuine or consistent. Online, I feel like it's easier because you can go into somebody's DMs and you can get right then at that point on whether or not they want to talk to you or they don't want to talk to you.
Well, I think you're speaking more about like due diligence, making sure the person is who they say they are. That's more what an online would be in that instance. Like if I meet someone and I'm like, let's share Twitters or Instagrams or whatever, then you can go back and be like, okay, this is the personality they project to the world, right? But I feel like you're not going to learn the real quality of a person online because that's still their best facade that they're putting out there.
That is very true. Now, she said if they are consistent online, it saves me the in-person time. True.
So you can move things ahead.
Or halt.
Or halt.
Okay, so do you have any tips? Have you ever been on an online dating app?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any tips or tricks that you feel like people should do on their profile? If you want to be on I wouldn't say a Tinder, because Tinder is like a hookup app, right?
Is it? Well,
I don't know.
I gotta preface by saying I'm not the best in online dating. In the apps, I don't have the best success in there. Maybe I'm not consistent on the app. Like, I don't treat it like, I don't go in there like, okay, I'm about to find someone. I just kind of create a profile, probably let Facebook put most of my information there, and it's just like, okay, let me just see what happens. If I took it more seriously, then I might have more advice. But research probably says have better quality videos and
Cassie's
photos.
coming for you.
What she got?
She said, I've seen people get with people who society would think is out of their dating range. So I think that is projected from people who truly believes that a 5 dating in 10 years.
What I'm saying is, it's not possible. I just think online, you don't get to the point of a person seeing your most earnest self. You would have to be in person. You would have to have in-person experiences to get there. Yeah, you can meet someone online, but that's like just the start.
I feel weird.
Miss Cook.
So I think the most important, the best tip I can have for a dating app, I think like when I go on a dating app, when I was on a dating app and I was looking at like, your profile picture has to be like welcoming. You know, like, don't put one of them. I don't like a profile picture that's like overly sexual or sexy. I don't know. I like more of like a happy with the dogs kind of profile pic. You know,
Friendly.
Yeah, friendly. You know,
Fully clothed.
fully clothed for sure.
Makeup, no makeup.
Well, I like studs, so I mean,
No makeup.
no makeup. But I don't know. If you want to put on little eyelash pearls or something, I don't care. But I think that, and then I feel like people should put a bio.
Yes. I will say from my experience of not putting bios, a bio would help.
What do you put in your bio?
I don't put nothing. Just like, I don't even know.
I'm just here. Usually I put in my bio like, I'll put like my horoscope, like I'm a Pisces, whoop-de whoop-de-whoop. Then I'll be like, I don't know what I write. I don't fucking know. I should pull up my Tinder and see the old Tinder that I had. But I just put on there like, I like to have fun. I'm spiritual but hood at the same time.
Yeah, I like to have fun, like to have a good time, like to try new food and places. And
don't put like try new shit because people be in inbox with their girlfriends and boyfriends, but like, can we have a threesome? It's wild on there. So if you were to shoot your shot online, how would you do that?
If I probably should take advice from the people. If I were to shoot my shot online.
Would it be different on different programs? Like, would you shoot it the same on like a TikTok or a
Well, I
Facebook?
think I don't use all these different platforms enough to know if it would be a different interaction, a different experience. I'm assuming there are different audiences or attention ranges.
I would think it would be different. So, like, for example, if I was to holler at somebody on Tinder, I would say something different than if I was to holler at somebody off of Facebook.
Like,
I don't know. Because
It's
Facebook
Facebook-
is more interactive, I feel like.
I feel like Facebook is more family friendly.
No. I'm saying that like usually if I was to holler at somebody in somebody's inbox on Facebook, I feel like I pretty much kind of know them.
Okay.
Because we're interacting all the time. I would never just holler at no random person on Facebook. But like on Tinder, it would be like a random ass person. So I kind of can get a little slick with how I'm coming.
Okay. Get a
little flirty.
A little spicy.
But if it's somebody that I comment or talk to every day, it's just kind of like, hey, what's up? What are you doing?
So is it more like, hey, I've been noticing you, I want to hang out, or is it?
I say stuff like, I want to share space with you.
That's pretty.
Hey, I would love to share space with you.
That's something I would say, but I feel like the women that would receive that online, they wouldn't know how to take that type of energy.
He said what?
I don't feel like modern women would know how to receive that energy.
Well, I would love to share space with you. How would you guys want somebody to shoot their shot at y'all? Tell us in the comments how y'all would want somebody to shoot their shot. I don't know. I mean, and then going into shooting your shot, moving into that like rejection, how do you deal with that?
I'm not going to say that I'm well practiced, but I'm 35, so I've learned to deal with rejection well.
I do not deal with rejection well. I'm blocking you, bitch.
You a blocker?
I'm blocking you because what? Like, no, I'm not gonna block you. But I mean, I'm saying like, if I talk to somebody and I'm like, I would like to share space with you, and they be like, no. What?
I highly doubt someone's just gonna be like, no. But they might not understand what that means. That's what I'm saying. Like, people receive messages differently. Like, at the bare minimum, if I say I want to share space with you, that's the most genuine, honest, to the point. That's what I want to do. That means doesn't matter what we're doing. I just want to share space with you. But most people will be like, it's too open-ended. Like, what does that mean? Is that sexual? Is it not?
That's too much. People think too into it. She said, be respectful and unique. I also saw a tip and trick from somebody that I follow on Instagram. And they said, if you want to talk to somebody on Instagram, compliment. One of the ways that you can get them to open up to you is compliment something that they're wearing. And that's how you can start the conversation.
That's like straight to the
like,
vanity.
A compliment. Like, write them and be like, oh my God, I love your shirt. Where'd you get it?
They'll be like, it's sponsored by whoever. Links in my bio.
Right, links in my bio. Yeah, but it kind of like sparks a conversation or something. But I was just like, because what if they just say Abercrombie, and you just sitting there like,
what's next?
I love Abercrombie. Like, what do you say?
Is there autumn line? Is it brown?
And then she said rejection. Okay, cool. Have a good day. See, I wouldn't be like, okay, cool. Have a good day. She said no hidden agendas. Say what you want and let you know where I am with it. No, y'all some bold people because I just ain't gonna be able to do it. So, say you get past the whole shoot your shot.
Okay. Where we at?
How do you snag the date?
How do you snag the date?
Are you straight like, hey, what's your number?
Yeah, I want the number like pretty quickly. You know, let's move the conversation from online to this a little bit more.
Do you text or you call?
I'll probably text a day or so, a couple hours.
Okay, that's another thing. People always say that there's a time limit or a time frame on when you're supposed to text somebody. I don't feel like that.
Like, there's not a standard time, but it all depends at what point in the day. Of course, we get the number, things are exchanged when the interaction happened. If it's in the middle of the day, I'm gonna at least wait, assuming the person might be at work or school. Check them out in the evening. Give me some time.
You give me time, and I'm gonna be on to the next. It's just that on that. I feel like if we talking and I like you, and I'm expecting you to hit me up at least in that 24 hours.
That's
at
reasonable.
least in the 24 hours.
That's
because
reasonable.
after 24 hours, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't even think about it anymore.
It's already gone.
It's already gone. Because I've had somebody get my number and not call me for like 3, 4, 5 days. And be like, hey, what's up? Got your number last week. Like, what?
I don't even remember you.
Absolutely not. And then they'll send a picture.
Oh, it depends how much they're texting. Depends how good the conversation is. Depends how much the text make you want to immediately follow up with the person.
So then you would make a date.
Make a
Would
date.
you set it like, hey, we're going to go here.
Yeah.
I'll pick you up at 8.
See, I used to be a picker-upper. Now I'm in the
What?
the first date or two is okay. Let's meet here.
She said I'm such a Pisces. Yes. So you said the first date is a meet.
Let's meet there. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, why is it that we can't get picked up anymore?
If you can get picked up, but I gotta be comfortable getting picked up, picking you up. I'm not trying to roll up to your crib and get set up, get stuck up.
What
You know
kind of
what I'm
girls
saying?
are you dating?
I don't know who's watching your house. Dating over 30 is challenging.
Why?
Dating over 30 is challenging because a human has now acquired 30 years of dates, experiences, jaded relationships, ex-love interests, baby daddies, baby mamas, all kinds of stuff.
That's a lot.
So you just rolled up to somebody's house at the wrong time could put you in danger. I mean, I'm talking to this young lady, right?
Look, Felicia, who you think you can't be picked up? Exactly. No, because if you tell me to meet you somewhere, I don't know. I can't say that because a lot of dates that I've been on, they did meet me. But I mean, I didn't ever think of it. But I would want someone to pick me up. I would want somebody to be like, I'm going to get you. Half the people don't even got no car.
What if the person's like, hey, I'll meet you there. I'm gonna send a car for you to bring you to the restaurant.
Who's sending cars? We are not a Pretty Woman. Nobody is sending cars over here. No, they're not. Then you gotta give them your address. That's the same thing. You might as well pick me up.
Let me get past that. Let me make sure that we like each other enough for us to be in the car together for an extended period of time.
15 minutes. If you can't spend 15 minutes in the car with me, you don't need to go. And she said, can we bring back the old school dating? Come pick me up. Come pick me up.
You want to be picked up?
I do want to be picked up because I feel like if you can't come pick me up, ring my doorbell, call me, and don't blow either. I feel like when I used to date dudes, they used to blow. Yeah, like do not blow at me. Like, come outside.
Okay. You gotta put that.
You think that's okay?
No, I'm gonna walk up to the door. I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna ring the bell.
Yeah, because no, most of these dudes.
Cause I gotta walk you back to your car and open your car door. If I'm picking you up.
If you pick me up, you open the door.
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about. They don't do that no more.
That's a must. And if I know your favorite candy, it might be in the cup holder.
Look at you. Don't hurt him, Wes.
I'm just
don't hurt him, Wes.
See, but these are all the things that you're learning ahead of time before the date. If I happen to know it, then what? How much effort is it to make sure it's there?
Or flowers.
Or flowers. Yeah.
I love.
If we get to the point in our conversation where I know the type of flower you like, then it's easy.
Look, they said don't be late. Look at them, they're going out. Don't be late. She said don't come and pick me up till after date 4. That's a lot.
Well, she's probably has good reason.
She's probably the house you can't go to.
Yeah.
Alright, because I need to know who you are. I'll meet you then. You can come pick me up. Okay, no, I'm not doing it.
That's another thing. In the first couple of weeks of knowing someone or days, women have to kind of be guarded because we live in a crazy society. You don't want every dude you've attempted to date knowing how to get to your home. Because if he's not the right one, or she's not the right one, you don't want them to have that much access. Let them, you know what I mean? If they're gonna find it, they're gonna find it on their own. You're not gonna hand them the keys to your safety.
I see where you're coming from now. Because this day and age, things are a little shaky. I get it. So okay, we're at the date, right? So how do you decide location, like where you're gonna go, what this person wants to do, like how do you go to that? How do you get to that area?
We're talking, we're getting to know one another, we're finding out what are some common experiences that we have, because I would prefer that the date be something that's not a common experience, so we're both having a new something. New experience, a new type of food, a new restaurant.
I was talking to somebody, or maybe I wasn't talking to somebody, it might have been at Tuesday Talk Nice with Goldie, where she had asked a question, like, would you take, it was at Tuesday Talk Nice with Goldie. Shout out to Goldie. Tuesday Talk Nice with Goldie tomorrow.
I think
but anyway, but like, would you take someone new to a place that you and your ex frequented, like your favorite restaurant or like whatever? And I was just like, no, that's rude.
To who?
That's rude to the new person, I feel like. And then everybody was in there like, oh no, it's not rude. If that's somebody that's the place that I like, then why not?
Is it your favorite spot, or was it like the ex's favorite?
It doesn't matter if it's somewhere where you go.
If it's your favorite spot, you take your people to your favorite spot. You know, you might have a lyric on the menu. You might have a meal.
No. If you're with somebody in a relationship and y'all always go to El Nepal, this is shit.
Yeah.
Y'all go to El Nepal together. That's what y'all do, El Nepal. And they take me to El Nepal and they're like, "Oh, me and my ex used to come here."
You're not gonna say that. Like you're not. Like I don't think you would even tell your date, "I bring my ex here." That shouldn't even come up in conversation.
that shouldn't come up in conversation. But I'm gonna be like, "Oh, why'd you pick this spot?"
I like the menu.
Lies.
I know the menu like the back of my hand.
And then it'd be lies. They said that's the part you don't say. You shouldn't be talking about your ex. We're moving into that too. So when we're talking about, so once you get there, you picked a nice restaurant, whatever. When you order, from a male perspective and from a female perspective, should the woman kind of go in the middle of the menu, price-wise, or should we just fucking get whatever we want? Like, what would be considered rude from a male perspective?
Okay, from a male perspective, granted, everything that I say is unique to me and my set of experiences. And my,
Let me sip my tea on that. Sip my tea.
We go out. She's gonna order whatever she wants. It's fine.
This is really good.
It is really good. I don't care. What I'm more in my back of my mind, I might be thinking, okay, I wonder where she's gonna order, what her taste buds are at, what her appetite and price range is. But I don't care. Like, she can order what she wants, But because I'm gonna order what I want.
Okay, so I've always wanted to ask a man this. When you pick the restaurant, do you assume that they're going to order a shit ton of stuff and you're prepared to pay, like, a lot? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you look at the menu and be like, okay, this steak is going to be $40, but she can want an appetizer, and then she can want this, and this.
Yeah.
Do you judge which restaurant you go to based off of your pockets?
I think you judge the restaurant, or you assert the restaurant based on how much you want to impress this person, how much you want them to know that you care, I guess.
No, that's how y'all get us. That's how they get us.
No.
And then next thing you know, we're at McDonald's.
No, communication is raw with most adults, right? They're not going to be sugarcoating stuff. Like, man, I want to take you out, but I'm broke this week, so we gotta go here, or
if somebody say that, I would be like, you need to be focusing on your finances. You don't need to be taking nobody out. What's the people saying? We get whatever we want if I'm invited out. If I ask you out, I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's legit. Plus, that's a whole other conversation about dating when you're ready and not dating when you're not financially ready.
Right, because if you're not financially ready, do not take me nowhere. If I order a steak and lobster, which I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
So from a female's perspective, not females. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. From my perspective, I usually stay right around the middle of the menu. Like, I won't order the most expensive thing, but I won't order the cheapest thing either. So I stay like right in the middle. And if I don't want, I usually don't order an appetizer unless they ask if we want one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess I'm just trying to be courteous because I wouldn't want to break somebody's bank.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you did bring me here, though.
Is that a question that you ask your date? Like, should I order appetizers or?
No, I just wait. Like, I sit and I'm like, when the waiter comes, they usually are like, oh, are you celebrating anything or whatever? And then they're like, do you guys want an appetizer? Now, if they look at the menu like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about getting something, then I'll look and be like, oh yeah, well, we can get that.
Your recommendation?
But if they don't say anything, then I'll just be like, oh, you broke, bitch. Bitch.
So you see some cool points are getting deducted from the appetizer.
Yeah, Felicia said I won't order appetizer, but maybe dessert. Now, I feel like on a date, you should order an appetizer.
Okay. Why? I'm gonna order appetizer, but why do you think you should?
Because it's like the courses of the date.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't get an appetizer and we just skip right to the meal, I'm gonna feel like you kind of rushing me, you know?
Okay.
Or like you broke. Who don't want little baby wings? I do.
Want some edamame?
Mozzarella. You know, mozzarella stick. Mozzarella stick, a mushroom or something, you know? I think you should always order appetizer, and I think you should get a drink. I'll get a drink, an alcoholic beverage. But
That's fair.
yeah, I'll get water, an alcoholic beverage, and a regular drink. All three. But I'll get all three. Felicia said, what about drinks? Would you mind if the woman got a drink?
No. Sometimes
People
I won't
tell me.
drink, but you can drink.
Why don't you drink?
Because I smoke, so I'm not going to drink and drive, but I'm equipped to smoke and drive.
And that's going into conversation too. I feel like on dates you should not drink a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
No,
you
like under no
slurring.
circumstance. Under no circumstance should you be shitty drunk. No, one drink.
One drink.
One drink, maybe a refill.
One
but
drink.
even that's too much.
You can do it. It depends
Like
on.
a margarita, a frozen one,
Yeah.
not on the rocks.
I drink mine dry.
You know.
That's just me though.
Don said I totally agree with the appetizers and the meal. I would skip dessert too. I don't ever want dessert. Like, it's just.
Let's get the Cheesecake Factory.
Huh?
Cheesecake Factory.
That's different.
Cheesecake.
But I feel like that's because that's what they're known for. But anyway, so let's talk about.
9 times out of 10 order cheesecake if it's ever on the menu for dessert. I just like cheesecake. Cheesecake and a
we'll
coffee.
Have cheesecake, please, and a coffee.
Yeah.
You're a good dater. You're a great dater. If ladies, great dater. So let's talk about conversation. In conversation with your date, like what are the do's and the don'ts?
What are the do's and the don'ts? How long have I known each other? How far in are
Couple
we?
weeks.
First
date.
Couple weeks. First date. I don't know if we know all the don'ts just yet, but the do's are just to be honest, transparent. You want to get a feel for that person's day. Are most of their days like that?
Don't tell me your whole fucking life story.
Not the whole life story, but if you can get a lot from a person's single day, and you can ask them questions to see if like that's how every day is for them, or if there's a lot of change in their routine. Do they have I don't know, do they themselves experience new things on a regular basis, or are they just like the same thing every single day?
You know what I hate? I hate going on a date and somebody asks me like yes or no questions.
Why?
Because like it's like you have that awkward pause of like, what are you gonna ask next? Like I feel like that's more of an interview. Like I feel like a conversation should segue into the next conversation. Like I don't like when somebody be like, do you like chocolate? Sure.
Dark chocolate or
What's
light
your
chocolate?
dark or light? What's your favorite food? Chicken. I don't know. Like I want like thick, deep, thick.
You want meaningful conversation.
Meaty conversation, but I don't want somebody to sit in front of me and tell me their whole fucking life either. Like I don't want to know any of your past traumas. I don't want to know what the fuck you got going on with your exes. I don't want to know none of that.
So first date, how far into like what are the boundaries? Like what don't you want to hear about other than like their past traumas? Do you want to hear about their kids, or is that too soon?
I don't really want to. I mean, you can say that you have kids. I feel like, but as far as like going into kids and showing pictures and stuff, I just feel like I don't want to see all that. Okay. Is that rude? Maybe because I don't have kids and I don't understand.
No.
But I don't like people to be like, oh, I got a daughter and here she go. Like, no.
No, I guess if we're about 3-4 weeks in, by that time you know if the other person has kids, you know, and then they have to get a sitter that night to see you, or the kids are.
But I don't want to sit and talk about your kids.
Now we don't have to talk. We don't have to talk about it. But I think it's a fair conversation. If it's light intro, you know, your family.
Don't talk to me about your motherfucking
kids.
Your
family good. My family good. All right.
Yeah, you know, or like, or no, I don't like any kind of negative talk. So like, you hate your job.
No gossipy talk.
No, I don't like any of that. I went on a date with somebody, and they literally was talking about, like, they told me that, oh, I know a person that you used to date. And that was like a part of the conversation, and I was just like, I literally said, I'm very uncomfortable right now. Don't want to talk about it. Like, I was like,
That welcomes too much energy, too many spirits into the room.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't like that. So what about phones?
Phones at dinner or on the date, or phones in general?
On the date. On the table or in your pocket?
First date, it's definitely gonna be in my pocket. It's gonna be off the table. Ringer's gonna be
face down. She said, "Don't put me on the spot." I think if people have kids, then maybe just ask in the beginning. I think exes should be brought up. Facts, never. So would y'all be mad if somebody had their phone out on the table, face down?
I wouldn't be
Or
offended.
on the table.
But
I would be offended if it was on the table.
I'm not gonna have mine on because that's a distraction.
Yeah, like what's so?
What's so important?
Like why you on your phone?
You can't wait an hour.
You know, like what if someone answers the call? It's like y'all about to either like, one second, I have to hello.
Now you gotta tell me before the date. Like I'm waiting on a very important call for X. Okay, cool. Then I'm waiting on it. But like if we're on a date, you just taking calls. I'm just gonna assume like this is a lot going on. I'm gonna tell you got a lot going on. Would you walk out? It depends how audacious I want to be in that moment. How egregious the offense was. Is it multiple calls? You know?
No, if you answer the phone while I'm on a date with you, it is a problem. It's a problem.
My whole thing. All right.
Hold on, real quick. No, because I'm gonna show I'm gonna be like, goodbye.
Get up. What if they drove?
No, I'm not gonna get up. I'm lying, but I'm just gonna be like, well, that was rude.
See, that's another.
My whole demeanor would change
From that point forward.
Hell yeah, absolutely. So okay, what about pay? Once you got the date, y'all had your conversations, everything's good. Who the fuck pays? Who pays?
Whoever gets the check.
Whoever gets the check. What do you mean?
I'm okay. But like, I like the idea of the dude can pay for the first couple of dates, first series of dates. That's fine.
Candy said she walked out on a date.
Why you walk out, Candy?
She said the guy answered the phone, and I got up and went to the restroom. He sounded, oh shit, it disappeared. Whoever invited pays. Whoever asked pays. What if it was like a little too pricey, and she was ordering 16 drinks?
60. See,
Bitch, slow down.
a dude, you gotta have an exit strategy.
Slow down.
You know, you gotta know how to move the room. At drink 10, you're like, show down. I'm gonna get you home. Like, chill out. It depends if she's saucy or is it if y'all taking shot for shot or something.
I mean, I would stop somebody if I knew that they was running my tab up for no reason. I would be like, keep calm. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. That's rude.
What if like you like relax? Like you broke?
Relax. You broke. It is. I wouldn't say that. Let's see. Put it on vibrate. And I feel like that's taking advantage. Yes, because I've been out with people and they be like, "Girl, I'll order everything." Like, why? I think that's so rude.
It is kind of rude. What's the biggest tab you ever spent on a date?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, honey, I just take it out.
What's the biggest tab you allowed someone to spend on you on a date?
I think. Let me think. I don't know because I like a lot of fancy restaurants. So I went to Ruth Chris was pretty high. That was pretty high. It was like 2 something. And then I went to a restaurant called Orchid in Cincinnati, and that bill was like pretty high. It was close to 300. But it was like a 5-star. Like they came out and cooked this stuff in front of you. Like it was really, 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 really phenomenal. But that was like a.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
What happened to them?
Huh?
What happened to them?
What, the first thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I was in a relationship during that time, so
Okay.
it was like an anniversary thing, but it was a date because they paid for it.
Okay.
But it was just like the best. It was the best, I think. Period. All right, one night stand.
I'm not doing those these days. We're not doing it.
Not at all with anybody. What if she was the baddest woman you had ever seen?
If I met her today and she's the baddest woman, I'd make her wait.
You make her wait.
I'd make her wait.
Period. She said 150 to 200 is normal in ATL. 150 on a regular first date? I feel like 120 maybe.
Is that just dinner and drinks?
Dinner and drinks. 120, 150 tops.
You can have dinner and drinks for less than 150. It depends where you're going.
I mean like a nice restaurant.
Really nice. Yeah, 120,
120 with the tip, it's like 150.
Yeah.
Don't go take nobody out if you ain't willing to spend 150. That's just eating out in general here. Damn, I would not be going to Atlanta. I agree with you. No one likes things. Absolutely not. Okay, so after the date, we're almost to the end. After the date, do you ask for another date at that date, or do you wait?
I mean, like, do you put another date on the calendar right away?
Yeah.
Look,
you can find bitch, $60 total. This is Goldie. Goldie said $60 total. Period. Where y'all going? Where y'all going, Goldie? For $60. That's $30 a piece. You can't eat storm crab for that. Storm crab is $100. No. Absolutely not. So, do you ask for a date on the night, or do you wait?
Unless I have something that's immediately coming up, like if I know there's a gala coming up, there's an XYZ, then I can be like, hey, I want you to come with me here, and I'll just, schedule it.
Generous. So what would you do if you were uninterested after the first date?
Well, I'm not interested. Just have a nice date. But that's another. You're not scheduling another one.
Would you just be like, I had a good time, I'll call you?
That's fair.
And then you don't.
That's fair.
And then you just never call.
But that's why.
Or do you be like, I had a horrible time, and I don't ever want to date you again?
But that's why you're not doing one night stands. There's less. If at worst you took somebody else on a nice date, y'all can part on good terms. But if you sleep with them, that's a whole nother energy you gotta manage.
Right.
So that's why.
I've been on horrible dates. When I dated dudes, terrible. Somebody took me to Stony River one time, and I was like, I could not wait to get on. Like, it was terrible. I just hated everything about it. So, let's get down to the fun questions for the night. What was your favorite date that you've ever had?
My favorite date. I don't know if I would consider this. I don't know. I'll call it a date in this context, and mostly because it was the thought that went into planning it. So I was a friend that I wanted to meet for tea.
Oh, sip tea.
To the movies.
To the movies.
And so I had like a little travel case. We set up where we were gonna meet. I went and got a bunch of different types of teas, and ginger and lemon and a bunch of different stuff. Like a water boiler, like a mobile water boiler, teacups.
Oh,
At
wow.
that location, I had baked something I was baking at the time, so I baked some bread and I brought it. And we just, met up, had like a little tea party. But it wasn't like in a coffee shop or anything. It was just kind of like off the beaten path. So that was cool. Mostly because of the thought.
That is a really dope ass date idea. I mean, I like stuff that's super out of the box. I don't like the dates that people just take you on that they've taken everybody else on. I think that sucks. Actually.
Yeah, I don't think movie theaters are a good date really, unless y'all are walking and talking and reflecting.
I think that's like a date once you. Thank y'all for my
y'all are bored. Once y'all are bored.
Yeah, once y'all are bored. No, I mean like if you don't have nothing else to do and you just want to link up. I feel like a movie date is good. I feel like, what do you feel like are good dates? Like first dates.
Good dates.
Coffee,
anything outside.
A nice dinner, but when you put some thought into it, y'all, like take them to somewhere that, I know someone one time took me to this like place on Bardstown Road, but it was like a Mediterranean spot, and I had like never been to like any kind of Mediterranean spot before, but just the way that it was set up in there was really authentic and like really different looking, and I really appreciated that day. I thought that was really cool and thoughtful. Bookstores. They say they don't want to take you to the bookstore, but I like the bookstore.
Describe a bookstore date.
Like when you go to like Barnes and Noble and you sit down and you look at all kinds of self-help books. I like to pick out the self-help books and stuff. I actually went on a book date with somebody that I was dating.
Y'all eating before or after as part of the date?
Yeah, before.
Before the bookstore. So the bookstore is the highlight. Oh.
Yeah. It was nice because like we looked around at different stuff. Like I looked at books that had to do with my field of study, and then they looked at books that had to do with theirs, and then we kind of like talked about it because they were into photography, and then I was into this self-help, sex-related stuff. So it was cool.
That's a good date.
And then like you can sit in there because they have like a little coffee area.
Was that the first date?
No.
Oh.
This is like second or third.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was like a second. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I like animals, so the zoo is always a good day for me.
How many first
Take me
dates?
to the zoo.
How many first dates have you taken to the zoo?
None. None. I took myself to the zoo on my self dating, but I like stuff like that. Like
Science center.
no,
What's
I don't want to be around all them goddamn kids. Absolutely not. Do not take me to the design. Do not take any woman to the design center. I think that's just stupid.
So, but the zoo.
The zoo.
What about like the African heritage, like the African museum? Museum, galleries.
I like the museum. Look, they said museum outside. Hiking, I like hiking too. Bowling, I like bowling. Movies do stuff. But like museums, yes. Would I want to go to the African American Museum? No.
Too much trauma.
Yeah, I just feel like it's heavy. I would want to go somewhere that was like,
unless that's
unless that's the type that you like.
That you like. Maybe it's the person that's built a steady. They never.
Well, that ain't the type of person for me. Because if you take me to the African American Museum, I'm gonna be like, okay, Harriet.
Is the club a good first date, or
no
going to meet out with friends? Let's say your friends are meeting out somewhere. Like, hey, let's go here and meet my friends.
That happens often. So, okay. Like if studs do that. So like if they're linking up with their friends at like Virtue, they'll be like, oh, you should come and meet us at Virtue.
But is that a bad first date or just?
I think if it's somebody that you're taking serious, yes. But if somebody that you're just trying to kick it with, I don't feel like no. I feel like it's just like a little.
Would you say at that stage you're trying to give her the group interview of your friends, show her all?
Now I don't think that you should go with friends. I think that like say they're having like a poetry night or tongue tied that we do, like the erotic poetry or titties on a Tuesday or like something that's like a burlesque show or like something like that.
Yeah.
At a club, in the club atmosphere, yes. But if you're linking up with all your friends, I mean, that's gonna put me in a weird spot because I don't know you and I don't know these motherfuckers neither. So now I don't know what to do.
But you get the chance to see this person in their element among their tribe. So
no. I don't think I wouldn't be comfortable. Would y'all be comfortable? They said friends will mess it up if it's too soon. Do y'all think? I don't know. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. I probably wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't walk out, but I wouldn't be comfortable with them.
Like I see it. Like you can maybe slide through, say hi, meet your friend, and then carry on.
Carry on and move on over here. What I was saying.
We're going here.
Okay, so you said your favorite date. What was your worst date you ever had?
My worst date? I don't think I've had a worst date. I don't have that. Can't think of a bad date. Cause I'm gonna make the best of it.
Even a person that you had and you just was like.
Well, I've been out with a person who just had like a dry spirit about him, but that was just it was just the day. It wasn't the person.
You're dry. You're real dry. It's getting dry. I had a bad day. I can't even describe how bad the day was terrible from start to finish. Like they was like an hour late. They changed clothes.
A person was an hour late and they let the date continue?
Yes, because I had started drinking at that point. Like I had got to the bar. They told me they were. Sorry, y'all. Okay. No, so I had a date where they were texting me and they were like, "Oh, I'm on my way, blah blah blah." I had like car issues, blah blah blah. So by this time, I'm talking to the bartender and I'm just having a couple drinks,
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, it's like they stroll in. But then at one point, I had went to the restroom and I couldn't find them for like 15 minutes, and they came back in a completely different outfit. They did like a wardrobe change in the middle of our date.
That's unique. Was there a justification?
When they came back, I was like, "Did you change? Did you change?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, I changed. I do wardrobe changes." I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's deep.
Yeah.
That says more about the person.
It was horrible. It was a horrible day.
Yeah, I don't know. An hour to wait for someone who's late and it's not.
And then they changed their outfit.
That was a red flag from the get up.
Yeah, and then they were like they were like really pushy and it was just a horrible day.
I'm sorry.
I'm having the best days of my life now. Do you have any final thoughts on dating or any final tips and tricks that you want to give to the people when it comes to dating in this world?
A lot of people think that you gotta push the microwave button on relationships. They feel like they're running out of time. They feel like there's no time to waste. But in reality, you have time. I would say yes.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Like there's, we're not rushing. This is not a race. It's a marathon. And you're trying to. We're not dating just to continuously, perpetually be dating. Eventually, we want to date our one person or our one cluster, if you're into poly or whatever. So take your time. Don't rush. But be open. Be open to different.
That was what my advice was: is to be open to whatever, not whatever, like whatever everybody, but like age doesn't play a part, or like somebody your type. Like I feel like we get stuck in those types, and a lot of times the types that we like are not.
Do you think you have a type?
Types, huh?
Do you think you have a type?
Man, I don't think I have a type. I think I gravitate towards the same type of people, but I don't think I have a type. Like I'm not looking for them.
They find you.
They fucking find me every time. But I feel like my type sucks.
Except for right now.
Except for right now. Because I mean, she's a decade under me.
Why you gotta say decade?
Because it's a fucking decade.
You made it seem like you put the hammer down.
It's a decade.
I'm in the decades.
And that's the only thing that I had to like overcome is like being open to dating someone such a wide range, the age range, because I was like, I'm not dating anybody under 30. Not gonna do it.
Your youthful spirit attracts them.
I know, and it's too. I'm just playing, but no, I think that. But I'm being courted the way that I'm supposed to be courted by this youngster. So maybe, what about your situation? You're apple far too far from the tree.
The young lady. It's right now. It's interesting. It's just kind of. I definitely feel like the elder of the two in the relationship.
Do you?
Yeah. It's more just like when we talk, the subjects that we talk about. And we're like, oh, okay. That's interesting.
So with me, I feel like my partner, even though she's 10 years younger than me, she's kind of, her conversation is much more mature, but I think it's because of her youth and how she was brought up and who raised her.
Yeah.
I think she has an old soul.
Okay.
So I think that's what. But I've dated people that are like Pop-Tarts.
I like Pop-Tarts.
24-year-old Pop-Tarts.
Brown sugar.
But yeah, so our advice would be open, don't rush, and just be you.
And go into the situation, go into dating, having taken the time to understand yourself.
I like that.
Really take the time to know your triggers, really know what you want. A lot of times we just go after what we're attracted to and not necessarily what we really want or what's going to nurture us. So take the time to learn those things.
Period.
Now,
I want to take time to say thank y'all. Thank you, Westerfield. I love your name, first of all. Thank you, Westerfield, for coming and talking about dating. I'm so glad that you were the first person that's ever been on SensualiTea.
glad.
Yay! So next week the topic will be a little bit heavier. It's going to be about domestic violence, since this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we're going to deep dive into domestic violence and relationships and all things under that umbrella. So we are going to put out a trigger warning, so if anybody may be triggered by that, like, might be the right one for you and it might not. But I'll be back every single Monday on this couch with another person sipping on this tea. If you want to order the tea, be sure that you inbox me We can get you the tea. You can't get the cup, but you can get the tea. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm going to walk up there and I'm going to turn this off. I didn't think about that.
What, the turning it off part?
The turning it off part.
Well, it's so hard to see them go.
It's so hard. Okay. Bye, you guys. Thank y'all for watching. I hope